flash. Good things were done. They replaced the 40-pin interconnector. We got new sockets because they originally had scambies and a fresh battery holder. So they did some good proactive work on this game. Somebody did. So somebody kind of had at least a clue. You know what I mean? They did some stuff. Coils lock on when we put the fuse in. So I'm using, instead of a fuse, I'm using the circuit breaker fuse. I'm just going to temporarily put it in here and see what coils lock on. And we can see,
hey!
Well, that switch was dirty. I adjusted it. Okay, so what's locking on? The pop bumpers. Or wait, the drop targets. Those guys.
Just the drop guards.
Now, how come that slingshot was and now it's not?
I don't know. Well, I was...
Hit the flip. Now, the other thing too is in Game Over, the flipper buttons. Yeah, you see, that's another problem too. So the flipper buttons, the flipper should not work when the game is in attract mode, which it is. So we got a bunch of little stuff to fix. Okay, though this isn't so coherent, what I did is I took my meter and I tested all the transistors using my digital multimeter set to diode function. I couldn't find any transistors that were bad, even though we had all these coils locked on. Again, then I tested the TTL chips, taking my digital multimeter, red lead on the ground, black lead probing each one of the lines except for ground and 5 volts. Again, saw nothing wrong. I was all getting this 0.4 to 0.6 on the meter. So it basically led me to the PIA chip, which is the peripheral interface adapter chip on the board. I mean, there really wasn't much else that could be wrong. So what I did is I pulled out, here's the original one, I pulled it out and socketed this one and put a new one in, and sure enough, we turn it on and nothing's locked on. And we start a game and she's playing. And now all the stuff that was locked on, like for instance these guys, that isn't locked on, that isn't locked on, slingshot, oh yeah, the flash thing, this was locked on before too. So all that stuff is now working, and it was all because that PIA was bad. So I don't know if you can say how I knew that, but I mean, it was just like I was method of elimination, you know, just going down method of elimination, and then we got the whole thing working. I got my fuse in here, which I'm going to put a circuit breaker in there. I'm going to put a real fuse in, and yeah, which you have ample supply of. So now we got this thing all working. How we blew a PIA chip, not really sure how. That seems difficult to do, but you managed to pull that off.
Well, I managed to pull it off in the first 2 hours of owning it.
Yeah, there you go. Good work, dude.